Hello everyone, and welcome to this first series of faculty development programs organized by the KTHM College India under the title The Post-COVID-19 Implications on Management, Commerce and the Economy. My name is Dr. Mario Boris Curatolo. I am the CEO and founder of MBC Management Business Consultants. MBC is a Swiss-based executive management training firm which offers training initiatives to executive CEOs, startup managers, and business people interested in restructuring the way their firms operate in the future so that they can prepare themselves to compete in a new normal situation. MBC also offers a business plan development program to universities and business school graduates so that they can learn how to turn an idea into a viable business. Given that most of our graduates will not find employment besides those resulting from self-employment initiatives, the challenge to universities and business schools will be to turn their graduates into entrepreneurs capable of setting up firms that can offer them employment to themselves and to others. I would like to urge you, in case you all want to know more about our firm and its products, to visit our website www.mbc-sa.com. I would like at this point to thank KTHM College India for inviting me to present a lecture in this faculty development program. Without any further delays, then I would like to start with my lecture. The topic of my lecture is to reopen or not to reopen the COVID-19 dilemma. I would like to center my analysis on the concept of dilemma, which is the result of the actions of government and private sectors to fight the coronavirus. Initially, the coronavirus was seen as a pandemic only restricted to the Chinese market, since in the European and Western market, it was seen only as a respiratory disease associated with the coronavirus. However, as the number of infected people and death increased rapidly in the West, actions were swiftly taken to try to design the strategy to fight the spreading of this disease. This strategy was conceived on two fronts. One, that of developing a vaccine to fight the spreading of the disease, and the other to design a lockdown set of strategic measures aimed at mobilizing resources to guarantee the control of the disease. However, as the vaccine failed to be developed, at least in the short term, governments had to step in to try to introduce drastic measures such lockdown to mobilize resources in the direction of fighting the disease, creating a kind of united front in this direction. The question at this point was then, how should this be done? Well, references were sought in previous crises, in particular in the 1980 financial crisis, where governments engaged in massive government debt to finance the buying out of financial institutions, banks, and insurance companies, so as to bring under control the financial crisis and then be in a position to pull out of the economy and allow the private sector to monitor and conduct the recovery of the economy. Having said this, however, the key question at this point was, to what extent will it be politically possible to allow governments to engage in such massive expansion of public debt required to fight the coronavirus? The answer came in terms of the consequence derived from the panic associated with the spreading of the disease, which led the public to legitimize governments to engage in a new kind of deficit finance public spending at levels much higher than those engaged in for the fighting of the financial crisis of the 1980s. At this point, governments found themselves literally immersed in a wartime economy, where de facto they had become the new actors and purchasers in the economy. At this point, the dilemma arose as to, okay, what should governments do? If the governments decide to expand government spending in the short run, crowding out private investment, this will mean that that governments then will take control of the economic activity of the government to fight the coronavirus. However, would this situation be such as to prevent the governments ever from pulling out and therefore crowding in private investment to allow the private sector to run the recovery of the economy? This was a concern derived from the fact that the massive investments necessary to bring the crisis under control following the introduction of drastic measures such as the lockdown, which had forced people to stay at home and sectors to close down, while the government sought to maintain the high level of unemployment and the reduction in household spending, reached astronomical levels. In fact, already in the 2018, according to the International Monetary Fund figures, 80 to 85% of GDP of France and the UK were used to fight the coronavirus. 130% of GDP in Italy was used for the same purpose, and 200% of GDP in Japan indicated the size of the concern that the governments had with seeking to drastically control and bring to an end this coronavirus. In the case of the United States, the effort amounted up to 106% of their GDP. This financial effort represented an increase in total assets, especially in the U.S., of in the Federal Reserve balance sheet of $4 trillion in 2000 of $4 trillion in 2018, jumping to $7,000 trillion in 2020, as the U.S. administration committed itself to fight the coronavirus. The situation was not much different in Europe, where the effort to fight the disease led governments in the Eurozone to jump from 800 billion euros in 2018 to $5.3 trillion in 2020. The extent to which the disease failed to recede created even greater concerns by the authorities, forcing them to introduce, like in the case of the US, a CARES Act package. CARES stands for Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security. In this package included not only direct payments to households of $300 billion, but an expansion of unemployment benefit of $260 billion and a paycheck protection for employed workers of $670 billion. And in the Eurozone, such efforts were no less important, were representing 2% of GDP for countries like France and the UK.